Okay, good evening. Standing up nice and tall. Let's lengthen the spine, pull the tummy in, soften the knees, and we'll just roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Let me just change this angle a little bit. Just carry on rolling those shoulders. Good, hands on shoulders there, elbows forward, up, back, and round. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let's drop the arms and let's just circle the right arm. Stay on the right side, please. Eyes following hand, shoulders turning, upper back moving. Last one, and left arm, up we go. Round, down and back. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Lovely. Draw those abs in, little connection into your glutes. Let's have side bend. So moving from the waist upwards, reaching away with the bottom arm. Inhaling to reach, exhaling to come back. Lovely. Staying with this right arm, can you lengthen up and over? Lovely. So a little bit further into that extension of the shoulder, flexion of the spine. Breathing in and out. And just one more, please. Lovely. Coming down to the pelvis, softening the knees, moving through flexion and extension there. So opening out into the lower back, releasing the hips at the front, and just warming up those discs. And then if it feels good to circle, you can circle. If there's any back or hip pain, stay with the tilt. Go the other way. Good. So now let's fix the hips and let's move through the top of the body. Hands on shoulders, shoulders relaxed. Inhale. Exhale, rotate to the right front corner. Come center, inhale. Exhale, left front corner. And come center. So the rotation is coming through the top of the body. Moving down the spine. If you want to go a bit further, allow the hips to move freely if they want to. Just give me one more. And then release. Let's rotate the length of the spine. Lovely. Let's come to feet parallel and then just take a small step forward on your right foot. So your toe and heel are roughly in line. Hands on the tailbone, knees soft, coming into a hip hinge. Long spine. So we're peering over the edge of that cliff. Nice flat back, feeling the right hamstring stretch, squeezing the buttock as we come back up. Lovely. So we're opening out the back of the hips. Feeling the stretch of the back, mainly of the front leg. And then squeezing the glutes as you come up to support the weight through the back. Good. One more time. Hip hinge, breathe in on the way down. Breathe out on the way up. Bring your spine to neutral and hold here. Let's rise up onto the toes and balance. Arms can be in front or overhead. Coming down softly through the heels, pulling the toes back. Lovely. Rocking forward, lengthening, breathing in. Breathing out, coming down, picking up the toes. Next one is your last one. Brill. Relax, shake it off. Feet parallel, left foot coming forward of the right foot. Chest open, hip with a long spine. Not changing the shape of the spine, lengthening out the back of the neck. Squeeze the buttocks and brace the abs to come up. Weight is even through both feet when you're standing. Weight will move more into the front leg as you hinge. Good, keep the shoulder blades drawn together. Let's have one more. Breathing in on the way down. Breathing out on the way up. Coming all the way up, setting back into neutral. Releasing the hands, coming up onto the toes. Breathing in as we lengthen. Breathing out as we drop and sway back. Last one. Good, relax. Give everything a shake and then just release that spine there. Can you pick up your band for me, please? So coming into weighter, guys, feet a little bit more narrow. Let's go tightrope now if we can. Right in front of left. Tuck your tail. Take a breath in. Breathe out and pull on the band. Draw the scapulas together. And release slowly. Breathe out, pull, and then stretch that bit further, but stay low as you come down. So not lifting too high as you extend. So maybe just chest height, armpit height, no higher. And come down. Think about your pelvis being tucked, your knees being soft, and your weight not all falling into the back foot. So get the weight even. Excuse me, two more. And last one. Super, release. Change your grip. So wide with the palms facing back, left in front of right. Tuck the tail, maintain the neutral spine as you come all the way over, please. Please keep that moving slowly. Just going to open my window. Bring your hands a little bit closer together on either side if your shoulders have started to loosen. So if you've got any kind of impingement as you go round, you might need to stay loose. Watch your spines not extending. And the next one is your last one, please. And relax, give everything a shake. Super. Get rid of the band. And then just come on down into squat and let's come a little bit more into the spine. So pelvic tilt, rolling up maybe as high as the bottom rib. But don't move the shoulders or the head. Focus on the pelvis, lower back, midsection of the back. So generally where we're stiff, in the bottom half, in the midsection. Just one more time. And then we'll roll all the way up. Lovely. Coming to squats. Bring in your hog if you can, please. And so we want to stand with 2 feet on the smooth side of the hog. Take our feet out to the corners and then let's just pedal the feet there. Good. So let's get a bit more mobility into the wrist and ankles. Put your feet together, squeeze the glutes, free up the right foot, and we'll flex and point here. Ooh. You can come off your hog if you want to. Rotate wrists and ankles. You can be on the floor if you prefer. Let's go the other way. Change feet. Good. Flex and point. Rotate slowly. Go the other way. And relax. Lovely. Little foot pedal. Feet coming the full width of the hog. Let's come into a squat. Hip hinge, sit back into squat and rock. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthening up to neutral and then tipping the hog forward as though you're lifting your heels, but your heels stay in contact with the hog. Come down. So we're going to sit back squat. We're going to rock forwards and backwards 4 times. And then we're going to push through the thighs, neutral spine, lengthen, tip. Lovely. Let's have a couple more of those. Just breathing steadily as you go. Once you've done your last one, bring your feet together. Brace your abs, squeeze your glutes. Let's try a knee float with an arm float. Just that to start with. See how your balance feels with the feet together on the hog. Lovely. If everything is okay, we lift the knee and we'll scapular squeeze, squeeze. Come back in and down. Lovely. Change legs. So as you squeeze the scapulars, chest opens, elbows stay soft. So going to do 2 more. So we've done squat and we've done a balance. Come down, come off your hog, turn it round the other way and let's try squat and balance this way. So you need to step up in the middle, stabilize and then move your feet out to the edges of the hog. So from here sit back and squat and then you need to rock from side to side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sometimes doesn't work very well if you've got socks on. Should have mentioned that before. Now you are going to lift the heels physically up off the hog and come down. Sit back and rock. Coming up in your own time. Stabilize, engage the core. It's much more wobbly, it is difficult. You can go back to having it round the other way if you want. Got 2 more sets. Go down and rock. Just going to turn a little bit so you can see me a bit better. Once you've done those 4 rocks, come on up and lift your heels. Coming into our last set. And coming up. Good. So just give your feet a bit of a pedal. it's much harder to do a single leg balance this way. So what I want you to do is bring your feet in, step back off on one foot, and then get that other foot right in the centre. So that's the best chance you've got of staying on. Toe to the side. Let's see if we can arm float and leg lift. Just a small one to start. See how your balance is. If that's okay, you can think about going higher. You'll feel that your left ankle is working really hard. Can feel mine having a little shudder. Lovely. Come on down. Guide your toe round to the back and then see if you can go arms front, leg back. Just 4. Engage that core, little hip hinge. Take the load away from the back. 2 more. Last one. And then just come down, grab your pelvis and just let that leg swing. Front and back. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Come off. Just release this ankle. So this leg will feel like it's done all the work. This one hasn't done that much. Change sides now. So put the right foot in the middle. Just press with your toe to the side. So the first thing we're doing is a leg lift with an arm float. Find a focus straight ahead of you. So I'm just placing my toe lightly on the floor. But if your balance is good, you might want to keep it off the floor. We're going to do 2 more here. So really good for pelvic stability, core engagement. Lovely. If that's okay, guide your toe around the back, slight hinge of the hip, and come into extension. So 4, 3, exhaling on lengthening, 2, and 1. Then hold the pelvis and just give me some sand circles there. So 4, 3, struggling on this side, 2, and 1. Brill. Step off. Right, let's give those calves a stretch. Come behind it so it rocks forward and back. Put one foot in front and nice big hip hinge. Hands on the bent leg, lift the tailbone and rock the hog there, please. Uncurl the spine and change legs. Hip hinge, flat back, lift the buttocks and rock the hog. Lovely. Uncurl the spine. Super. Push that off to one side. Okay, let's have a little look at our roll down into our plank push-up if you're ready for that. If you want to put your mat down, you can. If you're happy where you are, that's okay for now. So feet under hip sockets, arms extending up, eye gaze is up if you can. Breathe in, breathe out. Round the shoulder girdle, nod the chin, round the shoulders. So let's roll maybe to just our halfway or 3/4 point and have a sway. Breathe in, breathe out, uncurl. Lovely. Let's continue with a few more of these to really release the shoulders and mobilize the spine. So if you're ready to go quite low, that is fine, but don't get there too quickly. So one vertebra at a time. Have a little sway or a pause at the bottom if that feels good to you. And then uncurl, slowly taking your time. Lovely. Let's have one more, and then option to add your downward dog into this if you're ready. If you're enjoying that roll down, do a few more. It's really important to stretch the spine. So when we come into downward dog, we are stretching shoulders, hamstrings, hips and calves. So let's go there next if you're ready to do it. Transfer the weight back. Head is between the arms, tailbone is lifted high. You can hold the stretch or pedal the feet. As and when you're ready, transfer into a plank of your choice. Hands or elbows, toes or knees. Breathing steadily and just holding that nice strong plank, pulling up on the belly button, squeezing the glutes. If you feel okay, stay on your toes or drop to your knees, and you could give me 2 press-ups or 4 press-ups. If you need to widen your hand position for press-up, that's fine. Go there. Coming back through downward dog with hands under shoulders. Again, pausing here if you want to, or walking back in and rolling up. So all of those positions serving slightly different purposes. So useful if you can spend time in all of them. So just think about a nice steady breathing pattern as you're moving, rolling down and up, mobilizing through the spine and the shoulders. Downward dog, stretching shoulders, hips and hamstrings. Plank to give us core and upper body strength, and then press-ups coming more into the upper body, triceps and shoulders. So let's keep moving, and let's do at least one more set of everything, and then we'll reset everything and come to the floor. So I'm going to do one more round here. By the time we have finished, we have mobilized our spine in all directions. We've switched that core on. Should be feeling warm and ready for our floor work. When you're ready, guys, tip your screen and join me on the floor. And we'll have cat stretch first. So we'll roll our spine through flexion and extension. And we'll roll through the full length of the spine if we can. So unless you have back pain in extension, make sure you extend as well. So our back is designed to go in all of those different directions. Guys, if everything's feeling okay, we're going to make this a bit bigger. Walk the hands forward. Come forward as though you are in a half plank. Then squeeze your glutes, brace your abs and come into extension if your back is happy there. Keep squeezing those glutes. Pull the tummy in, pull all the way back into a shell. So there's our flexion. Coming forward, you can hold in that half plank or you can let your hips drop into extension. Pulling back slowly. So all of that should feel challenging on the back and the hips, but it shouldn't be giving you back pain. If it is, you just hover in that half plank. You don't drop your hips. Coming back all the way and then just stretching on this last one. So roll through your last one at your leisure and then join me back here in a shell stretch with your arms in front or behind, and just relax. Maybe give your wrists a circle, maybe give your fingers a wriggle. Just relax the shoulders. Think about pushing your bottom towards your heels. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, support your body weight, and uncurl your spine. Super. Let's come into a little bit of rotation. Come forward onto all fours. So I'm going to use my ball for thread the needle. You could use your band or your dumbbell if you wanted. Left leg is out to the back, but then the weight is in the arms. Ball in the hand, pushing up, inhaling. Exhaling, rolling through that gap. Body weight falls into the ball and into the left arm. Pulling through slowly. So just come this way so you can see me from a better angle. Rolling that ball through, shoulder drops, arm presses, and come back. Good. So just a bit more mobility for the upper back. Bone loading, weight bearing into your left arm. Give me 2 more on that side, please. Eyes following hand. Good. When you have done your last one, hands and knees square, just round into flexion and stay there. Take a breath in and a breath out and release. We go the other way. Right leg out, toes under, opening the chest, inhaling. Exhaling, rolling through that gap. Lovely. So I want it to be long and slow. Keeping the weight forward into that right arm. Super. Let's have 1 more on that side, please. Extending, flexing, rotating. Guys, when you've finished, get rid of the ball, round into cat and hold. Take a breath in and out, and then all the way back into shell. Arms anywhere you want them. Draw your hands in. Support your body weight. Uncurl. Super. Can you now join me on your back, please? Get something under your head if you want it, and place your weights either side. So just on our backs for now, hug the knees in, imprint the spine. Draw a circle with your hips, please. In both directions. Lovely. So let's keep the knees in for now rather than in tabletop. We'll go there next. Peel your head and shoulders up off the floor and then start to single leg stretch. So the leg is going quite low and I'm doing a tight hug on the bent leg, because as well as working my abs, I am trying to stretch my hips around the front and back. Lovely. Guys, if all of that feels okay and your hips feel stretched, support your head and shoulders, and now reposition your knees just over your hips. If you'd rather be pulling on the leg and coming in a bit closer, that's fine. This position will challenge your abdominals more, but it also might irritate your back. So up to you where you want to be. If you need to drop your neck, give your head a little bit of a rest, you can always drop and reset. Otherwise, please keep moving for 6. Nice long slow breath as we extend. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on, in and down. Full body stretch, please. Take a couple of big breaths in and out there. And then bring your arms over, drawing the legs back in, and then bringing them back to that tabletop position. Make sure you've not tucked into a pelvic tilt. Can you pick up your dumbbells for tricep press? Please push the weights up, but then pin the shoulders down. So dumbbell coming to the side of the ear and pressing up. Breathing in to drop and out to press. Shoulder blades pressed into the mat. Movement coming from the elbow. Double if you wish. As you can take opposite arm to leg. So you can do a single leg stretch from tabletop. Make sure your spine is imprinted. Option to do a double tricep press and a single leg extension. Lovely. So keep that moving slowly. Imagine you are throwing a dart. You don't want your elbows to wing out. Your dart will miss the board. Lovely. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more. So make whichever one you're doing now your last one, and then come on down, please. Get rid of the weights with your knees bent and your feet the full width of the mat. Arms out to the side as we open knee hip roll to the right and left. Breathing in to drop and out to lift. Coming back to center. Can you join me over on the side of your body, please? Okay, all I want you to do is bring in your chi ball. If you've not got a chi ball, use a cushion. Wedge it in there so your hip is supported and your weight, it's in the gap, in the fleshy bit between the rib and the hip. I'm on my elbow. So from here first, I'm going to put my hand down, take a breath in. As I breathe out, I'm just going to press into this arm, engage my core and see if I can lift off the ball or cushion into a side bend. And then lower back down slowly with support. Moving through the levels, you can extend your top leg. You might be able to take your feet into tightrope, 2 straight legs. The top leg is in front of the bottom leg. Lovely. Guys, if everything feels okay, hold this next one up in a side plank and just move the arm. If that's too much on your shoulder or your back, then you can lift and lower. 2 more here. Breathing in and breathing out. 1 more, breathe in. Oh, that's making me warm. Breathe out. Come on down. Lovely. Guys, just pop that ball or cushion or your hand under your head and take your leg over the top. Good. Super. So before we go onto the other side, can you roll onto your back for me? Take your ball in your hands. Bring your knees in. Just give your pelvis a little bit of a circle. Lovely. And then legs coming to tabletop. Lift your head and shoulders up. Start to figure 8 your ball. Long, slow breath out as the leg moves away. Head can go down if you need it to. Let's reverse the 8. It should still look like an 8 because 8 looks the same both ways. Exhaling on extension. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brill. Come on down. Stretch any way you like there, guys. Stretch, hug, rock or roll. And then bringing the arms and legs back to center, and I'm coming down the other end of my mat. If you know what you're doing, you can just roll over. So I'm now on my right elbow, I'm wedging my ball in there. Okay, so you can either start with 2 knees bent, or you can start with your top leg straight if you knew you were okay on the other side. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, press, lift the pelvis, extend the arm over the head. Long and slow, dropping down at your leisure, breathing in. So breathe out to lift and in to lower. If you can extend your top leg and come into tightrope, your bottom leg, come into tightrope feet. So that's 2 straight legs. Exhaling to lift, making that banana shape with your body. And then option to hold the next one up in that side plank and just move the arm. You can lift and lower the body if you like. You can put your hip down. If there is any stress there, we've got 2 more. And last one. Coming all the way down. Brill. Guys, can you now roll onto your tummy? Just bring your ball with you, put your head to one side and just relax. Give your hips a bit of a rock on the mat there. Lovely. Okay, we're going to get a little bit of extension, a little bit of flexion into the upper back. So bring your ball into your breastbone. Okay, so ladies, that's between your boobs. Steve, it's between them pecs, them man pecs. Got it? Okay. Hands either side of your head. Come over your ball or your cushion so you are rounded. Feet are apart. Take a breath in. Breathe out and lengthen into what is your neutral first. and then up into an extension if you can. Drop onto the ball, you are in neutral, and then wrap yourself around the ball into flexion. Keep that moving. Lovely. Option for those that can, take your arms down by the side of the body and round up and squeeze into dart. If you are uncomfortable, you can do this without the ball, but you'll get a better range with the ball. So we're not taking the body off the ball when we dart, but we are getting extension through thoracic spine. Just one more, please. Guys, if you feel strong enough to hold up, hold up. Arms coming forward. Arms coming back. Rest if you need to. Squeeze the glutes. That might not suit everyone. Come down if you need to. 2 more if you can. And last one. Super. Relax down on or off your ball and just give those hips a sweat. Lovely. Hands under shoulders, guys. Push back and come into shell and let that lumbar spine release. Head on hands or hands to ankles. Hands under shoulders, support the body weight, uncurl the spine. Lovely. So the back's been in extension. Now let's take it through flexion. Sit down on your mat. I'm going to do half roll down into full roll down. I think most of you can do this without equipment, but if you know you need a band or a cushion or a ball or a block, then make sure you have it. So start in the seated position and just rolling halfway down. If you're happy to go straight away into a full roll down, you can do that with bent legs or straight legs. Now I know you all know how to do this, but feel free to do a few half roll downs if you are not ready for full. We can go shoulder extension and forward flexion. If you want to hold down there for a little stretch, feel free. And rolling up. Guys, option to hold at that halfway point and just rotate if you want to. You can do that with your hands together, or you could add a weight or a band. So a long, slow roll. Focus on not having any momentum there. Having segmental control of your spine. Lovely. Make sure you are releasing on the way up and you are relaxing for a moment on the way down. We're going to do one more full roll down, roll up. It will finish in the seated position. So keep moving through your last one slowly. Guys, when you've finished, if you feel good in that big hamstring stretch, then go there. Maybe hold your feet or ankles. But if it's too much, go to slump stretch and just relax over bent legs. Take a couple of breaths where you are. Lovely. And then just give those legs a bit of a shake and join me back down on your back. Please get some head support if you want it. And then let's just pop the right ankle on the left knee, press the knee back, arms out. We're going for a hip roll right and left. If you find you get a more effective stretch with your left leg in tabletop, then lift it up and roll there. If you're happier with your left foot on the floor, then the foot is down. The focus is on the rotation. So aiming toe towards the floor on one side, knee towards the floor on the other side. So once that leg has been right and left, one more time. Come back to center and repeat on the other leg. Opening the hip, rolling slowly. Coming back to center, 2 feet on the floor, please. Good. Can you grab your hog or your ball for rotation? So we're going to do our corkscrew. Pop it between your knees or your ankles. Pop your hands on your rib cage and relax your shoulders down. Ankles in line over hips if toes are up, knees are soft. Dropping halfway to the right, breathing in. Breathing out, coming up, and then going the other way. So let's maybe keep the hands down for now and see if with your hands or elbows down you can drop a little bit lower, provided there is no back pain. So when we've got a bit of stability, we can go a little bit lower and work a little bit more on strength. If that's too much load on your back, reduce the range of movement through the legs, take the arms up, and then sway the arms in counterbalance. Now they both serve slightly different purposes. So with the hands off the floor, you're working more on stabilizing. With the hands and elbows down, you are working a little bit more on strength into the waist. But if it's loading too much into your back, then it's not worth dropping any lower. Lovely. So find a level that works for you. Keep it slow. Keep it controlled. Inhaling to drop. Exhaling to come back. Just give me 1 or 2 more, please. I want you to finish with a leg drop to the left, as we started with a leg drop to the right. When you finish, get rid of whatever you're using. Heels come close to bottom, and let's have some pelvic tilts here, please. So just rolling through the lower back. Flexion, extension. You can lift your bottom if you want to, but don't go too high, not up onto the shoulders. And then we're going to come into our combination of clam and straight leg scissor. So up to you, you can put your ball or the spiky side of your hog underneath your pelvis there. So whichever one feels right for you. I'm going to take away my head block. I'm going to go with my chi ball. So we're going to look at clam or frog leg first. I'm going to put my hands on the floor on my hips, brace my abs, and come on up to tabletop. So in that position with a still pelvis, just try a couple of clams, both legs moving. Think about pulling down on the belly button and up on the pelvic floor. If that feels right for you, stay with it. If you want a bit more of a challenge, toes to the ceiling. Feet flex, heels push up. Toes and hips rotate out. We pull down into a frog leg. And then we push up. Toes come back together. Let's have a few of those. Rotate. Pull down. Good. Push up. Toes come back together. Let's have two more. Can you try it with robot arms? Elbows down, fingertips up. Let's have one more of those here. Super, guys. Toes come together and point. Single leg drop on the right. Single leg drop on the left. Come back to center. One frog leg. Flex, rotate, pull and push. Single or double leg drop. Toes pointed. Super. Let's keep moving. One frog leg and then either two singles or one double. Guys, if you feel confident to take your elbows off the floor and your fingertips up, go there. As your legs drop, arms go overhead to counterbalance. Slowly and low, if you can handle that through your abs and back. Breathing steadily the whole time. Staying engaged through core. Let's have one more round, please. You can take rest if you need rest. So finishing with a single or double leg drop, leaving the ball underneath you and coming to that nice big starfish stretch. Good. Draw your arms back over. Draw your legs in, guys, with the ball still underneath you if you can. We're going to finish with straight leg scissor. Hands come down, toes extend up. Straight leg drop, inhale. Exhale and kick. So we start to get a bit of momentum. So no longer slow, but abs brace, nice technique, little pulses. 1, 2, 1, 2. You might be able to take your fingertips up and you might be able to scissor your arms. If you want to swap out your ball for a hog or come flat on your mat, that's fine. Focus on the ceiling, maintain the stability. Super. So 8, 7, 6, 5, lovely long slow breaths, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down, brilliant. Stretch across that ball one last time. Take some breaths. Super. Bring your arms over. Draw your legs in. Take your ball away, perhaps put it under your head if it feels nice, and hug your knees in and circle. Where did that hour go? Let's stretch the legs without the band tonight. So can you put your left foot down, lock your right elbow behind your right leg and pull it in. And then slide your left leg away from you. Maybe flex the left foot to lengthen. Can you keep your right thigh close to your body? Flex your left foot and see how far you can extend that right leg without the thigh leaving the body. It's probably not very far unless you're quite bendy. If it's gone fully straight, you're possibly cheating. Not looking anywhere in particular. And then just relax that right knee off. Put your left hand on your left hip, pull your right leg out to the right side of the body. Good. Come back into the center with your right leg. Guys, just put this left hand on that right leg, switch arms and rotate. Stretching into hip and glute. Adjust your position if it doesn't feel right. Go to where you feel a stretch in your glute and back. Shoulders are down. Let's have a breath in. And a breath out, come on back. Super, let's change. Locking the left elbow behind the left leg. Sliding the right leg away, flexing the right foot. Keeping the left leg connected to the chest and body and then pushing up on that left heel. Got a bit more range on this one, but still not straight. Couple of breaths there. Easing off on the left leg and then just allowing it to rotate out to the left side. So now I'm just holding the left leg with my left hand. Right hand is on my right hip, making sure my pelvis isn't twisted. And then I'm switching hands. Right hand on the left leg, left arm on the floor, and I'm rolling across. Glute, outer thigh, hip, lower back, breathing in and breathing out, and releasing and coming back slowly. Super. Join me over on all fours, please. Round your spine and just hold that cat stretch. Really tuck your tail and drop your head. And then tuck your toes under. Up into downward dog. Push back and hold that stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. Walking your hands slowly towards your feet. Bending your knees and curving your spine as you come up. Your head will be the last thing to join you up there in the standing position. Facing me, guys. Extend up, take hold of your left wrist, lift to the rib cage and come across. Come up to center. Take hold of your right wrist, come up and across. Come to center. Drop the arms. Release the shoulders, breathe in and out. And then release the spine. Good. And you are done. Thank you very much indeed. Come on in.